Hey, what's up, everyone? Brian here. I'm in Southeast Utah at the moment and still doing the volunteer work here at Bears Ears. If you want to check that out, we got the link available in the video description below about what I'm doing out here. But I'm doing a full-time volunteer endeavor, and there's dust everywhere. And so today, what I decided to do was take all the contents out of the back of my topper, clean everything completely out, and then now I'm going to put it all back in. But before I do that, I wanted to show you guys the BioLite Solar Home 620. I've had a lot of questions on the lighting system that I use for my truck here. It powers this main module. It's got a 100-watt lumen light here. Got another one over my shoulder on this side, which is out of frame. And then there's also a pod, which I've got it right here. Let's see, I think it's behind the seat. We got another pod behind the seat. This is actually a motion sensor, which I plug into this one because you daisy chain all the lights together. But what this is this is a really simple solar solution for like a small space like a van or for a truck. If you're not going to be pushing any huge electronics, then you could actually get by with something like this, because not only is it lights and a motion sensor, and then the two pods with that as well. Not only is it all that stuff, but then also it's a battery bank. So you've got a 20 watt hour battery bank in here. And if I take it off the little clip here, I've got it clipped to the side of my truck. If I take it off here and unplug the lights in the back and also the solar panel, I'll show you on the side. It has some different plugins. So on the side here, you've got an expandable solar panel and then also battery bank if you want to expand it and make it larger. So you can expand your capacity if you'd like. And then there's also these USB ports. There's two of them. And so you can charge small devices. I charge like my iPhone, my GPS, my headlamp. I actually just got done charging the headlamp. It's this one right here, the BioLite, the new one they came out with that's like super lightweight. So just got done charging that. So anything you can charge with USB, I can even charge my camera, the Canon that I'm shooting on right now. I can charge that with USB. So it's really nice to have that, because while the sun's going, and you've got this plugged in and the battery is staying topped off, you just start charging items, and like you don't run out of juice. What I always tell people is like charge when the sun's out, and that way you can take full advantage of that and not just drain your batteries after they get fully charged. So on the back here, it's just real simple. There's just different plugs. There's two for the lights that you'll have, and then like I said, the third light, which is the one that's motion sensor, that daisy chains off the second light. And then you've got the solar input right here, and that's a little 6-watt panel. And we'll go up top here after this, and I'll show you where that's at. But that's a little 6-watt panel, which I put up top. And if it really charges fast, I'm surprised at how quick this tops off, because I can wake up in the morning and say it's at 0, from the night. If I was charging something overnight, I usually leave my iPhone plugged in and it'll stay, it just keeps it like topped off throughout the night. But if the battery was low, if I was using lots of lighting or something like that, I can get back up to like 100% charge in like just a couple of hours, which is great. And then the lighting time for this, I'll put a little infographic up right now of what the lighting time is on it. But it's amazing how long this battery lasts, because the lights are super efficient. There's LEDs, so they don't use much energy. Another nice feature is you got a radio, and so that's what this goes to. I'm not getting any reception out here at the moment, but it does have like a search feature, so you can just hit the forward button. It'll seek out any sort of radio signals that you'd have. So you've got that, and then you've also got an MP3 player. So if you have a bunch of music loaded up on like a little micro scan disc or micro SD card, then you can actually plug it into the side there, and you can play all that stuff on the speaker here. So that's kind of nice. And I like having the radio feature, because when I get to camp, if I'm in an area that I don't really know of, then if I'm new to the area, or if I just want to tune into some local news, then I'll just hit up like a local radio station or the local NPR and kind of get some local area information. Another thing I do too with this, the battery, is that I'll put an additional light on here. Now this is also a BioLite light. It's the one that that's optional with the camp stove, but it's USB powered. So I just plug it into the side here like this, Then I'll pull this up, and then it's like an extra reading light at night, which is real nice. And then you can dim it if you just squeeze it. Then you can dim it down, or you can, increase the light and put it back up. So the cords on it, they're pretty long. I think they're 15 feet a piece. So I've got them all tucked in underneath here. Let me move the camera and I'll show you. Actually, let me grab the camera. I'm going to put it in my hand. So I'm going to cut to a new scene here. So hang tight. I'll be right back. All right, we got some handheld action going on here. All right, so like I was saying with the cords, there's the cords that come out of the back of the main unit here. You've got 3 cords. You've got 2 for each light that's on the interior. So you've got one here, and then one that's over for there. And then you've got another cord, which actually, if you see this one that's kind of like snaking up here behind the window, if we look up here, I have it tucked out of that window frame right there, and that's the solar cord that comes in from the little panel that I have mounted on the roof rack. So all that comes in here, and then I have all the cords kind of like drop down. This actually is a little bit of a subfloor that sits up about this far off the bed of the truck, and all the cords are tucked down underneath here, and then also behind the shelves. Because see, these shelves are removable, so if I pull them up like this, you can see that those are the cords and kind of like how I run cords, and there's a bunch of cords that go in and underneath there. So that's what I did to tuck the cords away, because they are kind of long, which is nice to have if you want to string them up outside or if you want to use them inside of a larger space. But my space is so small that I just didn't need that. And so what I did from the top here and how I hung the lights and have them in, kind of like they look like they're mounted the same. I can't really see that because it's so dark. Dang, sorry. I've basically got, that's not going to work. I'll have to just explain it. What it is if you see the cords that are coming up, I've got a cord that just basically hugs the entire window frame. Then it comes to the back here, and then I've got a little deal here. This actually comes with the BioLite Solar Home 620. These are little loops because you can connect them onto the lights themselves and create like different angles if you want to direct them around. But that's how I have it hooked up here. It's just basically hooked onto the shelving that comes down from my roof rack. And that's how I've got both lights hung. And those really create some really nice ambiance at night. It's nice to come in here, and I usually sit with my back up against the kind of close to the cab of the truck here, like facing that way as opposed to on the tailgate. And I'll have these lights on, and then I could have my computer in my lap right here and work at night, which is really nice. Or I can like watch a movie. I watched that movie Bumblebee last night, that new Transformer movie. That was pretty good. But cleaned everything out today and had an opportunity to show you guys what this Solar Home 620 is. And I've been really, really pleased with it. It's really nice to have this. Like I said, it's a small battery bank. You're not going to be pushing appliances or any sort of stuff like that. But you can charge smaller devices. And then I've got my 400 watt inverter over here that this comes with the Toyota here, and it's just the normal plug. So when the engine's running and I'm at camp, I can get a charge on my computer. And the new MacBook Pros, they charge real fast with the way that new charger is. So this actually is enough for my electrical needs. I don't really need much else in order to operate and make sure all my devices stay topped off. So it's 20, like I said before, 20 watt hour battery bank here, 6 watt solar panel up top, and then it comes with the light that's on here, 2 USB ports on the side, micro SD for music, and then an MP3 player and radio and all that good stuff. And then over here, the 400 watt inverter. And for that, those two things together, also accompanied with the cigarette lighters inside the truck that I use for charging stuff when I drive, I'm good. So I can stay fully topped off with all of my electronics, and I'm all set. So if you want to check out this BioLite product, the link is in the product description below. And I'd recommend it. I mean, if you're going to be just doing some light truck camping and you don't need to have a super huge solar setup, then this is sufficient. And I've had real good luck with it. So if you have any questions, hit me up in the comment section below. And thanks for watching.